Have you ever wondered who the most horny main protagonist of all time is?
Oh,
You haven't?
well, I have.
So I went looking. I researched far and wide. I went to places no weeb had ever been to before. I went days without sleep, days without sustenance, just to compile a tier list so great it satisfied not only mine, but every other weird individual's needs all across the world. And this is what my research showed me. Welcome guys and girls to my horniest anime main character tier list. Thank you for taking time away from your crippling anime and hentai addiction just to give me a little bit of your time and attention. Now, I understand you have the attention span of a TikTok dopamine addict, so let's not waste any more of your time and jump right into the list. The first character on our list today is Gintoki from Gintama. Now, Gintoki isn't necessarily a huge pervert, he's more of a comedian, I would say. But according to a random Wikipedia page that I found, he is 27 years old. 1 year younger than me. So I feel his testosterone must be peaking quite high at the moment. Now, this somehow leads to him accidentally falling over and touching boobs every now and then. And I'd have to say, for this reason, we're going to put Gintoki as a connoisseur of breasts. He is going in the C tier. Next on the list is Yuki Rito. This guy right here. Where do you think he belongs? Yuki is a young teenaged red-headed boy, and he reminds me a lot of myself when I was 15 years old. Now, he's a little bit shy when it comes to women, but deep down in his core, he has the power of youth. It is running through his veins, and it is also known as puberty. Now, he's not the type of guy to purposely go and grab some bosoms, right? But if he gets the chance, he's going to store that memory in his wank bank forever. So just like us, I feel like we need to put Yuki from To Love Ru in the degenerate section, where he belongs. Next on the list is Sakuta from Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai, one of my favorite animes of all time. Now, this main character is a man who knows exactly what he wants, and he's not shy about it. Look, I've heard that women value honesty the most in a relationship, so it's no wonder why this guy managed to steal one of the best waifus in all anime's history. This man always lets the intrusive voice in his head win, and for that reason, he is going in the absolute horn dog category, A tier. Next on the list is my favorite main character across all anime series, horny or not, he is number one. It is Yori from Grand Blue Dreaming. Now, it's safe to say this virgin only has one thing going through his head at all times, and that is, how can I get laid? If this guy didn't have the sabotage from all his friends at all times trying to cockblock him, I feel like maybe one day he would actually succeed at losing his virginity. But for now, he's going to remain on the absolute horn dog tier list. This next man needs no introduction. If you haven't seen this anime, you need to stop this video right now, get off, and go watch Golden Boy. Kintaro has to be one of the most perverted main characters across all anime. I mean, you know this guy is already going straight to S tier as a sex fiend. If this man could steal every fart in his anime universe out of a woman's ass, he would sniff them and eat them like they're a bodybuilder's regime of meals. Monday through to Sunday, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, he would eat and sniff those things like they are sustenance. He has to take the cake on the most horniest anime main protagonist I know. If you know a better one, drop it in the comments down below. Now, this next girl isn't a main protagonist, so I'm breaking the rules here a little bit, but she is so horny that this girl literally forced me to put her on the list. She fed me her cum biscuits.
What did he say?
They were delicious, and I have to put her straight into S tier as another sex fiend. Congratulations on your S tier performance. And if you're wondering, this is Anna from Shimonita, for your research purposes, of course. The next man on the list is another redheaded anime pervert. Maybe there's just a thing about redheads being perverted, I don't know. Or maybe it's just me. Oyama Takaru is from Mark and Key, and as I said, he is a horny redheaded main protagonist. Now, this is another harem main protagonist that just happens to always fall into boobs. You know, I don't know what it is about those anime, but these guys are just lucky as hell. They fall right into breasts at every occasion, and occasionally they'll get to look up someone's dress. Now, as quoted by this man right here, he would happily die being smothered by breasts. And for that reason, he is going where he belongs, in the degenerate category. Next horny main protagonist is Meliodas. Now, Meliodas isn't usually a perv. He's normally out there fighting battles, dueling people, you know, standard fantasy action anime shit. In saying that though, after a good battle, he loves grabbing a good amount of sliced deli anime breast meat in his hand. And I would say he is one of the boldest anime characters when it comes to sexual harassment. And for that reason, he is going in the bold and brash.
More like belongs in the trash.
Do you know how proud I was of that line, putting that in there? That is an ode to SpongeBob SquarePants. Right here, my friend. It kind of hurt. Great teacher Onizuka is the next on the list. This dude reminds me of that one family member that you have that has the sex drive of a 14-year-old kid. He never stops perving, and because of this, he is easily misled by his penis and his sex drive. Now, I feel his character fits in perfectly right next to Gintoki. He is a connoisseur, a man of culture, a man of love and respect for women. So I feel he fits in perfectly as a connoisseur of culture. Now, you remember me talking about having the sex drive of a 16-year-old? This next character has that, but mix that in with a lot of crack energy from some homeless guy you'd find down the street near your local shopping center. He is the servant of Rias Gremory, Issei from High School DxD. This guy gets a boosted boner from every tit touch he can accumulate, and accompanying that is a nosebleed with each one. He is nothing less than S tier when it comes to being horny. And with age, I feel like he might be at the top of this list altogether. Now, everyone on this list needs to make way for this next girl. We don't usually get horny female main protagonists. It's always a dude, because I feel like most guys want these types of animes, not necessarily a girl. But what the animators don't realize is we also want horny female main protagonists to go along with our horny male protagonists. And this young lady's name is Yamada. She is from the anime B-Gata HK. This girl is the soulmate to any S tier character on this list. Anyone less than S tier on this list would be overwhelmed by this girl's sex drive. If Yamada could succeed with some of her daydreams, I feel like we'd have to go one step further and create her own list. A Y category called the Yamada horny category. That is how horny this girl is. So you already know it, she's going straight to sex fiend. Now, this girl is a virgin. All she thinks about is having sex, but she never gets to have sex. So it's kind of like a lot of you guys out there. Alright, go on. Get back to watching your hentai or whatever the fuck you were doing. Click the subscribe button and join the S tier group, which is my YouTube channel. Also, check out these videos right here. Go on, click them, check them. What are you still doing here? Click the videos.